Slacker podcast is BYOT. Bring your own tacos.
Dick swinging.
You're listening to American Slacker Podcast.
We can say fuck.
With Matthew Gertz and Jesse Landers.
I don't care, I've been smoking, this is cool.
That's a decent amount of sausage.
This man needs a doctor!
Yeah, I just hope they're tasty.
What's up with these clowns, man?
Cut the lights and went through people's pockets.
Don't you point that at each other.
Let them smoke a little. You need to step it up to that point. We're not gonna lead with the.
We're not gonna lead with
Man, you know what I like about the pre-show the most, Jesse?
What is that, Matt?
The fact that a slacker from anywhere in the world can now call us in the middle of the pre-show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. We've never had that ability before. With power, great power comes great responsibility.
Very true. Very
I have a
true.
good feeling that we're going to be abusing that responsibility.
Yes. Oh, to the fullest extent. Out of the bounds of the law.
Yes. Yeah, we're in international waters here, technically.
Kind of. Is that
just
how it works? I'm not.
How do you prosecute a radio signal, right? An
Yeah,
MP3.
true. It's not here nor there, but it's everywhere.
That'll never hold up in court.
Sure enough, man. Welcome to American Slacker Podcast. As always, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jesse, still drinking the terrible mini whiskey that I was drinking in the pre-show.
Hopefully you had a
shots
chance.
and hating myself.
Oh, man. Hopefully you had a chance to see the face that he made sipping on that cheap-ass whiskey. I don't know if you want to call it whiskey even. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, it's a sour mash if we're being particular.
Oh, all right. Man, yeah, and hey, again, check out that live show. We're going to be putting up the dates, the time and date that we're going to be doing them every Friday and Thursday. Hopefully Thursday in advance, but Friday at the latest. So
it's like
keep
we're
an eye
on
us.
tour in your cell phone or tablet.
Okay.
And we're coming to you, Dayton, Ohio. We're coming to you, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. That's probably in Oklahoma or something.
I don't know. I won't call you on it, though, because I had no better.
I have a map here, too. I'm fucking slacking.
Well, fucking look at that thing, man. Come on. You got
Right.
no excuse.
Well, starting out with the show, we always like to give a little bit of love to the people who tweet out our latest pin tweet, which is usually our most recent episode. So this time around, we got 38 retweets, Matt. Which one are we going with?
All right. Well, it's no surprise. We love Halloween here at American Slacker, so I'm going to put in something ridiculous. We're going to do the 31st every day until the end of this month. So that's probably another 2-3 shows. So every time you ask me that, we're going to do the 31st.
It's going to start some war where they're, all battling over the 31st spot.
We get none.
Retweeting.
Everybody's waiting, so nobody does it.
Right? Don't cap it at 29. Just sit there, people. You got to pounce on it. You got to lock that in.
If we don't make it there, I'll choose something else ridiculous, but that's what we're going with.
Well, number 31 this time around is our good friends at Hop Nation USA. There must be 5-time winners of the Pod Chat Out of the Week.
Always, man. Hey, they got the luck on their side.
Yeah, and they, as always, are about craft beer and comedy, and they're just a bunch of yinzers looking to edutain about beers, breweries, home brewing, and more. And they have new episodes on Fridays. They're out of Pittsburgh, and I guess a yinzer is someone from Pittsburgh. That's something I learned.
Right above me, you can see the Hop Nation logo. Check that out.
Nice.
Check them out.
Good shit. A little bit of love towards them. If you want a little bit of love, maybe retweet our latest pin tweet and get yourself a little shout out. Maybe you'll be number 31 next time around.
Ooh, that's all you got to do. You got to fall in the right spot. It's kind of like hitting lotto, but a lot easier.
Oh, and if people don't know, on Twitter, we're at AMERSLKR Podcast.
Yeah.
So, Matt, what do we got coming up in today's show?
Well, as always, we're going to start out with the bizarre news, and we got the return of some burrito news, so stick around for that. Then we're going to move along. We got some Xbox gaming to talk about, a lot going on there. And to finish it off, we got some movies that we've watched recently, and we want to bring to you guys. So stick around. It's going to be fun.
Creepier lines, too.
Well, it's October, baby. Come on now.
You got to give it to them.
Give it to them hard and scary.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what?
That sounds mildly threatening.
That came off rapey. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
We're just
came
gonna
off
give it to you
very
scary. We'll keep the hard part.
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on with our bizarre news, we always like to start out with a little bit of weed news. And would you know it's election time? In November, there's going to be people pouring out of their homes and running to cast their votes. And in 7 different states, people will be voting on a variety of different marijuana-related initiatives or ballots or measures.
Okay.
And this ranges from everything from for medical marijuana, for recreational use, even some places are just asking like, what do you think? Should we, go medical? Where it's not really, a decision. It's more of a poll of the people just to see like kind of what they're thinking.
Yeah. Feeling out the consensus there on what they want. It's the safest way to put the laws into effect without any rebuttal of anger.
Yes, definitely. It's good to let have the people have the option to let the people representing them know how they feel. And it's like I said, it's a whole bunch of states. So this is going to be an information heavy cannabis episode. But if anyone's in any of these states, make sure that you're registered and you are turning out to vote if cannabis is something that you're passionate about, like we are here at American Slacker.
And anybody watching the live
we gotta
video,
measure.
scope that old school notebook he's got wielding right in front of the camera.
I got handwritten notes.
Jesus Christ, this dude's writing in this. He's
all the way
Stone
down to
Age.
the last.
It's a full paper,
the
people.
last line.
Jesus, lay it on us.
So, starting in Colorado, they're voting on a definition of hemp to change it from a constitutional definition to a statutory definition. And that's Amendment X. So that's a more tame one. Then we move on to Michigan, where they're voting on legalization for 21 and older to possess 10 ounces, a 10-ounce limit at home, and allow marijuana businesses, which would be taxed at 10%. And that's Prop 1. So if you're looking to, get legal in Michigan, Prop 1 you want to vote for. Next up, we got 3 measures in North Dakota, and they're looking to, one measure in North Dakota. It's called Measure 3, and it's to legalize and unschedule marijuana and make it legal for anyone 21 and older, and it would also expunge records for past convictions of marijuana. So that's an important one.
Definitely, man. Fucking too many people with records that don't need it for fucking weed. Come on.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest steps that a lot of the states haven't taken yet. So it's good to see that on the measure, and I hope it passes. A couple more that we have 2 measures in Missouri, and they're both different proposals for medical. It looks like one is a 4% tax on sales, and it would allow medical use, and the funds would go to Veterans Commission of Missouri. And then there's another, and that's Amendment 2. And then Amendment 3, which I think is a counter proposal. It creates, it's medical, and then it creates regulations for industry and proposes a 15% tax, and funds go to state research for cancer and other diseases. And that's Amendment 3. So I think, or maybe one is for industry and one is for sales.
Okay.
It seems like.
Okay, yeah. That makes
so
more
that's
sense.
Amendment 2 and 3 in Missouri. Last up for the state ballot stuff, we have Utah, and they're voting on medical, and that's Prop 2. Last but not least, we have Ohio, which is voting on marijuana decriminalization in a number of local areas. So Dayton, Fremont, Norwood, etc. There's like a ton of different local governments that are voting to decriminalize marijuana. And then in Wisconsin, they're just having a questionnaire for several counties, which is the one I was referring to before, where they're just, kind of polling people in different counties to see what they're feeling, if they want to go medical, if they want to go legal, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Whew, I can finally breathe. Like I said, it was information heavy, but if you're in one of those states, I felt like it was important for us to say, like, hey, there's something on the ballot. There's something you can do about it.
Yeah.
Get out there and cast your vote if it's something you're actually passionate about.
Yeah, man. It's now's the time where they're calling you to actually put in your voice, and it's important, man. Because obviously, the majority of the population of the United States in general is for legalization, but it's all about getting out there and actually voting, so that the bills get passed, so that these laws change.
Yeah, and you can want it all you want, but yeah, if you don't go out there and do something about it to try and change it, and this is the easiest thing you can do. They're asking for your, opinion, so you can just go down there and put it in. You know what they should do? They should give pies away at like the polls.
Huh? Pies?
I'm
what
saying,
do pies
like,
and polls got to do with each other?
Yeah, like you come down, you cast your vote, you get a pie.
What?
Like an apple, blueberry, like apricot, like I don't know, mixed berry kind of pie. Maybe a
Man,
sweet potato pie.
that's not my
It's
choice
around
for the free giveaway.
November. That's a pie month for sure.
I wasn't aware that November was the pie month. Okay, all right, I'm out of the loop, man. I'm purely out of the loop. I would have thought maybe give them like a United States.
That's
like,
a widely known fact, I believe.
all right, man. Hey, I would have just thought maybe like a stress ball, with like the U.S. logo on it or something. I don't know, man. Something more like
I think
just
food,
an actual object.
Food would definitely get Americans to the polls. If you were like, you can get a free pie if you go and vote. It's like,
who made those pies,
dude,
bro?
Hell
Those
yeah,
are government
I voted
pies.
this morning.
You know what they put in government pies? Mind control chemicals, bro.
Oh God! All right. Yeah, I saw some dude's car painted at fucking Wells Fargo the other day. It said "Mind Control" with a K on the back of his windshield in red spray paint.
Yeah,
So,
but he could have been in like a punk rock band. I mean, that's a good fucking.
Saying he had too many pies. Yeah, true. That could be.
It could just be. Yeah.
I'm just saying, vote for pies. That's I think what I'm stressing here. That's what this whole podcast has been.
Wouldn't eat the pies, but hey, vote for the pies.
Vote for the pies. So if you want to read more about this article or look into, the actual, this article was really good actually, because it had in complete like text what it says on each of the ballots. And this is from Forbes.com, and we'll be posting it up on our Facebook page so that you can read into it more if you're in one of those states or just curious.
Awesome. Yeah, check it out. We'll be posting it. Man, somebody send the pie to the guy in the next story, because he's gonna fucking need it, because he's not having the best day of his life. Now we're going to
he's
Colombia.
gonna cry into like a blueberry pie.
Oh man, he might cry into the pie if you send it to him.
Stops eating chunks of crust.
Man, there's a lot of crumbs in that sad story. Well, in this story, we're going to Colombia, where a man, he was just trying to make a little extra money, trying to make ends meet. So the way he decided to do it was, his buddy was an Uber driver, and he didn't want to do it that night, so he filled in for him. So he decided, he's going to go out in his friend's car, use his phone, use his name, do the Uber driving, and his friend would give him the money for it, right?
Stole his Uber identity.
He just jacked that shit. No identity is safe these days. Not even your Xbox Live account, people. He goes out. He does his Uber thing. He's driving people around, and he gets to one request for a ride, and this is where it goes downhill, because he picks up a gentleman and a lady, and that lady happens to turn out to be his wife.
Oh.
Now, this guy wasn't just a friendly old
gentleman?
guy. He was he was her boyfriend that she had been seeing for just under a year behind her husband's back.
Ooh.
And,
Damn. Side
yeah.
piece.
And quickly, hubby put this shit together. And what led next was that both gentlemen exited the vehicle and started to immediately fight in the middle of the street. It was a pretty quick escalating situation. And I just mean, what are the fucking odds that you're going to get picked up by your fucking, even if you fill in for somebody, there's got to be tons of Colombian Uber drivers, right? I mean, if it made
What are the odds on that?
Dude, the odds of getting picked up, and of course, the wife saw that the name didn't match. She, not that she was probably looking for it, but it wasn't her husband's name. Her husband doesn't drive Uber. She had no reason to worry about this. And then all of a sudden, kaboosh, karma, bitch.
That's crazy. You just the happenstance of that. You could have, could have been one Uber driver a little bit closer. They could have nabbed them. He would have never known and would have gone off for. What's her end game in that anyway? Having another dude for a year, I guess.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean,
if they're paying for shit for her, maybe that's he's paying for the Uber. He's picking up the Uber.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man. Some people got to have that cake and eat it too.
Apparently.
Oh man,
that's.
It's one of the weirdest stories I've got to say we've had.
I have to say, very courteous of them to not fight in his friend's car.
True.
Man,
true.
I want to fight you right now, but we got to get out of this vehicle. We
This
can't
ain't my
just
car,
throw,
bro.
wild punches. It's not my car. We break the rear view mirror. He's gonna hold me accountable. That's great. So if you're in, an area like you're on vacation, say in LA or something, and getting an Uber, you should also watch out for these bird scooters.
Bird scooters? What are those?
You haven't heard of the bird scooters? They're these little electric scooters that people can rent. It's like kind of like how they'll have the bikes that you can rent. You can put in your credit card, rent it for an hour, drop them back off or wherever.
Is it like a little battery powered scooter, or is it like a Vespa, like a full on like bing?
No. This is more like a rocket powered Razor scooter or something.
Rocket powered? Is this shit by fucking SpaceX? What is
no, rocket powered. Sorry,
I know what you mean.
It's electric. It's an electric.
We all know what you mean.
But,
anybody out there,
people
you know.
People are, hopping on these little electric scooters that are all over LA, and there's a bunch in the Bay Area here too. And they finally passed some laws in LA that you can't drive these things drunk, because it must have been such a problem that they were like, we need emergency legislation to get these drunkards off these scooters. and the first person to go down finally happened with a $550 fine of restitution and 36 months probation and the DUI program that needs to be completed.
Really? But no DUI charge?
No, it doesn't.
Wow.
Doesn't look like it.
I've always heard anything with wheels qualifies for the DUI, like skateboard, bicycle, whatever.
Right.
Man.
And this guy was 3 times the legal limit.
Damn, way too high, way too drunk to be fucking operating a scooter.
Yes, very.
How do you even get his card in there to pull it out of the holster or that holds it? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't understand. But he was ripping, and he took out a 64-year-old person who was coming out of a movie theater. So he's just, ripping, and clips him. Fucking
dude.
Old person down. They scuffed their knee, I believe. They hurt their knee, says this AP article. And the 28-year-old just took off. It was a hit and run, along with drunk scootering.
At least they didn't crack their hip or some shit, dude. I wouldn't imagine that an old person would fare so well against a fucking motorized scooter.
Could be a healthy 64-year-old,
They do yoga.
Maybe they're active and stuff.
They do yoga. They're vegan.
Yeah,
their hobbies are reading.
But they suffered a knee abrasion while the rider continued on. So he just fucking swiped him.
Dude,
and kept going.
He mowed right through that old person. Ain't nobody gonna slow me down.
Imagine a police chase on one of those though.
Oh my god.
There's a helicopter and 6 cop cars. It's just it's like he's gonna run out of juice eventually.
Sir, you're going 7 miles an hour. Please just pull over before I have to hit you.
Yeah, it'd be like the slowest chase ever. Just weaving in and out of parked cars. And we can't fucking get him.
Oh man.
Get a net. Someone get a net.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
No, those things, I couldn't imagine that they had too much battery power. They probably run out pretty quick.
Yeah, man, you're not going on a multi-state chase with the police with this.
Keep the bird scooter in sight with the helicopter. And when he goes off on foot, we'll go after him.
You get him. You'll get him.
Oh no! He just picked up another one. He rode to another bird scooter that was just ditched on the side.
Classic story of the tortoise and the hare, man.
Yeah, right. Bound moving.
Oh, man. All right, well, moving along to our next story. We got a PSA we're going to pass along from Gilbert, Minnesota. And this PSA, man, it's a pretty serious one. Now, people have been noticing some things have been changing in Gilbert. Mainly with the birds. The birds have been acting a little funny, all right?
Someone feeding them laxatives again?
Nah, not exactly. Not laxatives, not rice, they're not exploding. None of that fun stuff. But the birds, they're showing up, laying in people's yards, smacking into their windows, even smacking into their cars while they're driving. Something's going on, and people are like, what the fuck is with these birds?
Getting real dopey?
They're doped out, kind of, I guess. What happened is an early frost has kind of fermented the berries in the area earlier than expected. than traditional. So like the birds are not exactly used to this. They're eating the normal diet of these berries, but they're fermented and they're getting them fucking wasted. They got ethanol in them, so they're basically they're chugging some cherry fucking liquor.
They got little wine Capri Suns, it sounds like.
Yeah, they got these little like mashes. They're like almost slushies, I'd imagine, because it's still like, a food, but it's like it's gonna get you fucked up. Man.
They're not used to this kind of alcohol.
Man,
they're more of like a wine cooler kind of beer or kind of bird.
They are
doing straight shots of vodka.
And before you say, hey, why are you guys talking about a couple birds in a town? They're fucking wasted. Big deal. No, this is a big deal because every bird's getting wasted. Every young bird, apparently, according to scientists. Because I've got one person's comment that 7 birds have smoked into her car while she was driving in 1 week. 7 birds. I haven't hit one bird in my life driving. This person 7 in 1 week.
Is a very dangerous thing to do, Matt. And as far as these young birds, it's because it's not normalized in the culture to drink, and it's like held off, so they're like peer pressured to kind of like.
We're saying drink. If you're a puppy, don't hang on the porch with the big dogs. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it's all about peer pressure in these bird high schools now. They're all drinking at an earlier and earlier age.
Well, realistically, what's going on is these young birds, they haven't evolved. They haven't matured enough, internally. All their organs can't keep up with all the toxins inside of these berries, leading to them getting wasted really quick, and they don't know how to handle their drank or munch in this case. But
low tolerance.
Man, yeah, and there's just the birds like laying in people's yards, on their porches. Fucking full force right into windows.
Fucking nerds,
dude.
Can't handle their alcohol.
Dude, somebody go to Minnesota and teach them how to consume the alcohol, because these guys are just lightweights.
It's like the birds down. You don't see that from the birds down in Cabo on spring break. They're fucking
hell no.
Holding their liquor all day.
Hell no. Pass out in front of me. You think I won't Sharpie a mustache on a bird and put a little mini sombrero on him? Get the fuck out of here.
Right? You see a little mariachi bird band flying around at 4 a.m. That was Matt. That was
hell
Matt.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You know how long it took me to put the little instruments on them that actually had a little music box in there to play the music too? Dude, get out of here, man. That's my fucking final project.
You gotta stop dressing animals. You still haven't found that deer in the tux you let go.
God damn it, dude. The deer in the tux. That was 10 years ago. He's probably still out there looking fine as fuck.
Yeah, top hat and monocle. So, dressing up animals, that'll get them quite angry, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Another way to get an animal angry is to take away their cigarettes.
Wait, animals smoke?
Humans are animals, aren't they? They're the most dangerous game.
Very true trick question. Yes, they are.
I got you there. Got you on a sneaky.
God damn it, I wasn't expecting that.
We're talking about a woman who launched into a burrito tossing tirade at a Vienna, Virginia CVS.
What is it about a burrito that just makes it so enticing to take it and just throw it at another person? I don't get it.
It's a blunt object if well wrapped. If it's not well wrapped, it becomes napalm and just like explodes onto your enemies.
Fragmental beans and lettuce just fucking all up in your eye.
And I guess as the recipient of a thrown burrito, you really don't know how to, like, the only thing you can do is maybe fruit ninja that shit and like cut it in half with your a judo chop midair. Fucking either side
deflect
just splits around.
Ha! And it just like
you could punch it up and hope it like spurts out the side and then you just come out clean.
Burrito uppercut, yeah.
If anyone is trained in the art of burrito defense, please post on our Facebook, because this happens more often than not. And this was because of the cigarettes. She went and brought burritos to the register and asked the cashier for cigarettes. Now, as many people know, CVS has stopped selling cigarettes because they are a pharmacy, and they didn't think that selling cigarettes along with healthcare products was necessarily cohesive to like their brand.
That was last year, right? They decided to do that.
Yeah, I think it must have been about a year ago. I don't understand what burrito-less hole this woman crawled out of, but apparently she's been there for over a year because she hasn't gone into a CVS in a while.
Did I overmiss something? Did this burrito was an outside purchase brought into CVS, right?
No, I believe because it says that she brought the burritos to the register and asked the cashier for cigarettes.
Next question. When did CBS get in on the burrito game?
It must be a cold burrito. This has to be frozen. Which
Okay. Dude, that's even worse. That's even worse when you throw that at somebody because that's a little brick.
Yeah, then it's really a blunt object. Frozen burritos are deadly for sure. Not in this case though. The woman threw the burrito at the employee, knocked over her display at the register, and fled out the front door into the night.
What the fuck? Dude, it sounds like some kind of fairy tale. Like,
right?
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, you haven't heard the legend of the burrito lady that smokes Newports?
Jesus, so mysterious.
If you tell her that you don't have Newports, she's gonna throw her burrito at you.
Oh my god.
It's like a Hansel and Gretel, like German fairy tale.
Fucking burrito grande. Oh,
burrito
man. Jesus.
So beware of the burrito gremlin. If they ask you for cigarettes, you better fucking have a Lucy on you.
Always carry a Lucy for the burrito gremlins. All right.
Yes,
especially
seriously.
make sure it's a Newport. Newport 100. Not even just short. It's got to be 100, right?
If it's short, they're just gonna like give you the side eye, like maybe hit you with the burrito.
You're gonna be wondering, am I about to get fucked up with the burrito? She's not gonna. She's gonna let you pass, but you'll be wondering still. Man, our next story is it's straight out of a movie. It is I feel like it's Home Alone but rated R.
Ooh.
Okay, so to set the story, we got a gentleman, he's 66 years old.
McAllister isn't taking shit anymore.
And Kevin McAllister right before he hits the old person retirement home. Because he's 66.
Ways of killing by the Navy SEALs, and he's out for vengeance.
It's kind of like after all that shit, he's like, I'm going to go into the military, and then he learned the real traps. Like, he was like, that shit I was doing before, it's nothing. And now he's got, like, fucking
Tiger trap.
Well, all right, so we're going to Oregon, where we got a man who, he's losing his house due to a lawsuit issue. He's foreclosed. He's done. He's got to give up the house, but he's decided he's not leaving. All right. Now that's
usually the outcome in those situations.
Yeah.
No one's like, all right, see you later.
That's where the FBI comes in, because they're like, all right, we got to get this asshole out of this house. They send in the FBI. They start probing the house, figuring out what's going on. They come across a tripwire that they accidentally activate, and all of a sudden, a hot tub comes flying down the stairs.
Oh my god. Jock, start the plane.
Yeah, a full-size hot tub, people. Like, just flying down at you.
So I'm guessing, okay, the only way that works in a house is it's at the top of stairs, and the stairs have been laid down with, like, boards or something. Right?
They're probably normal stairs, and I'm imagining maybe it's dark at the top of them, so you can't really tell what's going on. That there's a hot tub at the top of the stairs.
You could even put blankets to across, so it rolls through the blankets, and you like see it last second. That's terrifying.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something there to draw your attention, so you're focused on it and not a tripwire you're about to fucking hit and get smacked by this fucking boy.
Right.
But
like a creepy clown statue or something.
Just a clown, and he's bent over mooning you, and you're just like, what the fuck? Is that a clown? Oh fuck! It's a hot tub.
Oh my god! These FBI agents are going through a house of horrors here. I feel for them.
The agents made it past the hot tub. All right.
Okay.
That's not the only trap they found. Further in the house, they find another tripwire that they accidentally activate.
Okay.
It consists of a wheelchair, some fishing line, shotgun ammunition, and some other metal parts. You put that all together and you get a modified little ammunition explosion. So the shotgun shell explodes and has like just a wider spread probably, unless you had some kind of little pipe maybe. We don't have the exact specifics, but I'm imagining you can make, I shouldn't say this, you can make a shotgun barrel out of pipe at like Home Depot. So I'm imagining they made a little section of pipe, some kind of hammer, bang. Dude,
yeah, it's like it's a shotgun that can shoot without like being an actual shotgun. That's
yeah,
scary.
it's a one-shot thing. But dude, you trip it with a tripwire.
Is it possible, like, if you were even like, you know, dropped a shotgun shell and it like hit a rock that was on the ground, that it could go off like that?
No,
Okay.
no, it would have to be like 1 out of a fucking trillion odds for that to happen. Like, you really got to hit pressure on that primer to actually make it explode. The only other option this could have been is they do sell these things that are they're called campsite alarms, and what they are is it's a tripwire, and traditionally goes to a blank that's it's a smaller shotgun shell, like a 16 gauge. Okay. And it's just a blank, and it makes a noise so that alerts you if somebody's coming near you. Oh. And these are an old military device. So I'm imagining maybe it could be one of those, but the thing about that is when you hit a shotgun shell off with no projectile barrel, that it doesn't have anywhere to go. It just yeah. When you have a barrel, it projects that energy down the barrel and creates the spread.
Oh, because I almost imagined a small explosion out of the end of it, but that's not. I guess it's not really guided anywhere.
Yeah.
But
so
did this guy have like military training to make all these traps and shit? Or was he just watching like a lot of Bear Grylls or something?
You know, man, it doesn't. I don't see anything about military experience in the article. I just see that a team of private contractors of former military experts had to go through the goddamn house and inspect it to make sure that he didn't have any other fucking MacGyver traps going to take out people.
Right? I would just throw like flashbangs into every fucking room.
Dude, just like fucking send a robot through it.
At all.
I would just fucking be sending a robot through every room. Like,
yeah, that's true. Actually, a drone would be best in that kind of scenario. Because, you don't know what kind of crazy shit that dude's got set up.
Dude, he already threw a hot tub and some kind of fucking amateur shotgun shell at you. What the fuck else does he have?
He thinks he's a Scooby-Doo fucking villain. Like, dude. He's gonna be back there wearing like an ogre mask.
How many masks do I gotta pull off this asshole to figure out who he is?
It's Ted Danson.
It was the FBI agent all along. What the fuck?
How's that work? Oh my god. Well, after a long day at work of dodging hot tubs and improvised ways of getting shot, you want a beer.
Hell yeah.
You know? Just to relax and like let the day's problems melt away from you. Maybe a nice IPA, maybe a stout, but it's harder for some people to get beer than others. And in our funny clip of the week, it's this guy's struggle.
Okay.
For sure.
What's going on here?
We have a guy who is attempting to drink beer using a puppetry type device. This looks like it's some sort of festival or carnival. Should I be screen sharing right now?
Oh no, I'm gonna pull it up right now.
You got it? Okay, cool. It looks like some sort of like German beer festival or something, and there's a beer on a platform, and you have your hands on strings like a puppet, and you have to move this platform with the strings and get the beer to your mouth without spilling it all over yourself. And the amount of content, I'm rooting for this guy so hard. I would love to check out like Germany or something for Oktoberfest. That'd be a lot of fun, especially if they're doing this kind of stuff.
Dude, yeah. Oktoberfest anywhere is fun, and let alone fucking Germany. I could only imagine, man. Beer Fest got that love for us like young, I feel like.
Yeah, right.
You know,
it's quite a contraption. It's sort of strapped to his back over and then goes up over his head. And then you have the little platform on strings where the beer has been placed. I'm rooting so hard for this guy. It's like such a concentration and such a struggle just to get this beer to his mouth. He's like craning his neck out.
What is
trying so hard? Swing it.
Okay.
Come on.
So he's got to swing it there and grasp it with his lips and then pull it up. Is that what's going on here?
Hey, oh.
Oh my god, dude! It just brimmed him right in the face.
That was I don't know if he got hit, but it was real close. He's got his lips out. It's right about there. Success is right there for him. Oh, perfect.
Dude, he got it.
He got it. Oh, dude. A little bit on the shirt.
Party foul, bro. You spilled half the burr on your fucking shirt.
That's probably the hardest part is like getting that end bit, because you gotta like commit and like pull it up, by the strings.
Yeah, man.
So that's our funny clip of the week. We're going to be posting that up on our Facebook page. Probably on Friday, I believe, is when we like to post our funny clips, so you get a little laugh at the end of the week before your weekend.
Hell yeah. Check that shit out. And get ready to check out some Xbox gaming. But before we do that, we got a little word from the Miscast Commentary Podcast.
Miscast Commentary, a real-time movie commentary podcast featuring two best friends since they were children, Joe Findlay and Todd Murray.
Is that when the buddy's chasing him and he walks up the thing? Remember the old one where the lizard's chasing Kurt?
No, I want everybody to say that, like, we do have a deep connection, the two of us, but then this is the kind of bull he asks me. Is this that one where the thing gets chased by the thing and goes up the other thing with the guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that one.
The answer is yes, that's the one. Like,
I knew you knew.
Catch new episodes every Friday wherever you get your podcasts.
If you could punch any horror icon in the mouth and get away with it, which one would you punch?
Tell you one which one I wouldn't.
Pinhead.
Visit miscastcommentary.com.
They don't make them like this anymore, baby.
Game over.
It's me, Mario.
And we are back with some Xbox gaming for you guys.
Hell yeah. I'm ready to game. You ready to game?
I'm gaming since the second I get up, man. You know
God
that.
damn it, I know it.
Every time. So we're starting off. We want to let you guys know we're working on a little project with our friends over at the Lost Signals. That's Scott, Steve, and Ian. And we met these guys at Podcast Movement 2017?
2017.
So yeah, 2017.
Yeah, man, they're hella good dudes. Their show is amazing. They break down all kinds of things, whether it's literature, video games, movies. Fucking awesome show. I'm ecstatic to work with these guys. We clicked right away, man. They were the first guys we really connected with at Podcast Movement. And it's been long overdue for us.
With them all night. It was a lot of fun.
A couple nights, right? We drank with them quite a few nights. Yeah. It's been long overdue. We're glad to finally be collaborating with these guys, and the project couldn't be any better. Fallout?
Yeah. We're gonna be talking about the new Fallout 76 game coming out. We're gonna cover a whole bunch of different topics. So if that's a game you're interested in, or you have friends who are interested in it and can't stop talking about it, we're gonna be releasing this closer to when it's planning on coming out. So keep that in mind.
Hell yeah, November. So hopefully early November.
Yeah.
Now, moving along, we got a reason to continue on with the Game Pass. Now, the Game Pass is traditionally $9.99 a month. But, right, me and Jesse got it for $2 a month. If you were lucky enough, hopefully you were, to catch the $2 for 2 months of fucking Game Pass?
$2.
Can't beat it. Well, now, with that Game Pass, we were able to download Forza Horizon 4 a couple days after it came out, man. Which I'm pretty stoked about. Dude, it's fucking insane, man. It's a brand new game. You're saving yourself the $64.99 with tax. Fucking, I love this game. I always play for the Forza series. And Horizon's really fun because it's like, it's a little easier on, the non-traditional racer. It's not simulation-based. And furthermore, it's an open world.
Which I can enjoy more, because the more realistic it is and complicated it is, the more I usually suck at it and spin out and shit.
It's a specialty game when it's like a simulation. Yeah, whereas this incorporates more of the music, the customization of the cars, the customization of your character. The music's a hell of a seller. There's all kinds of radio stations with great fucking music, and it's like Rocket League, a lot of EDM, but there is, a lot of variety too.
I guess it's more pumped up kind of stuff because the racing aspect of the game.
Hell yeah, man.
So I still need to clear the 54 gigabyte whatever it is to
It is a hell of a
download.
download. It is, but it's different than any of the other Horizons, and location is what generally changes in car selection as well. But this one is based in a fictionalized area of the United Kingdom, so it's just an artist's rendering of the UK streets. And it's a lot of fun.
You said the seasons change stuff, right?
Dude, yeah, the seasons change.
Beautiful.
And, as you can imagine, once the leaves fall and the snow falls, things start to change with, grip and whatnot. And usually, in the game, seems that it transitions to, going from street racing to, doing a little more of the cross-country and the rally type with trucks and rally cars. So it's really interesting in that aspect. It gives you a variety, whereas, games like Gran Turismo tend to be like, all right, now I'm going to take on this championship or this circuit, and it's just the same fucking deal over and over again. This takes a little bit of a difference, and I like that. I got to say, I appreciate that. And it's
I'm excited to get my hands on it.
Definitely, man. In multiplayer, can't go wrong, man. Play it with a buddy.
Open world, too, so that's really cool.
It's like the Grand Theft Auto of fucking racing. And, check it out. Along with the many other things. I mean, Kerbal, you fucking, any game. There's so many games on there. I just don't even know where to start, man. Game Pass is starting to get worth it, I think. In my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say so. The more they add, I think Sea of Thieves is also on there.
Correct.
No Man's Sky might even be on there. There's a bunch of them.
Dude, that's
not sure about that. Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves came out there a couple days after release when me and you bought it. We could have just subscribed to Game Pass and saved ourselves the fucking full game price.
Right.
Yeah, hopefully
especially
they continue
what
on.
you play now.
Yeah, I'm hoping to continue on with the new game releases coming on too. But I'm pretty stoked. It's worth it, $10 to try out Forza for a month.
Well, one game that I'll be pre-ordering and not waiting for it to come on Game Pass is Red Dead Redemption 2. It's a game that Matt and I have both been looking forward to a lot. We're big fans of the first game. The online was always a lot of fun. Last live stream we did, that wasn't an actual episode. We got talking with people in the chat about how the horse testicles were...
Dude, can we talk about the horse testicles again?
They were interactive to the environment. So if you're in the cold, they retract.
Yes.
If you're in the heat, then...
Dude.
So much attention to detail.
If there was anything I needed to lock on to decide how good the physics were going to be in a game, it would be horse testicles. I'm amused.
Right? Well, along with the descending testicles, we also have cool things like more interactive like events with NPCs. They're going to respond to you a lot better and in more interactive and unique ways, which is pretty cool. There's also going to be weather that affects you, just like we were talking about in Forza Horizon. If you're walking through 3 feet of snow with a horse, it's going to slow you down. So they're doing a lot of cool stuff, along with the fact that a big leak has happened recently, and it said that the original map from the original Red Dead Redemption is going to be part of the new map, which is part of the reason it can be the biggest map that Rockstar Games has ever created.
Dude, that's crazy to think about, man, because Red Dead was huge to begin with. We played multiplayer on that together, and it was it's fucking insane, man. I can't wait to see...
I remember the Undead Nightmare was a lot of fun with the zombie.
Dude, I hope they have some kind of comparison. I know it would be kind of cheap to pull the same model. But, dude, I can't wait to see what happens. Of course, I feel like we haven't touched on this a lot in the show, but it's a prequel. You got to keep that in mind, people. This is the story before John Marston becomes, the dad, and the whole transition with him and Jack that occurs in Red Dead Redemption 1. It's going to take place between Red Dead Revolver and Red Dead Redemption. A lot of people didn't have the chance to play Red Dead Revolver, man. I've touched it a little bit. It's more
It was fun.
It was fun, but it was more like, I don't know if anybody's played the Call of Juarez. That was another game, and it was very similar. It's different than the traditional Red Dead. It was definitely a lot different than Red Dead Redemption, I feel like. And man, I'm really stoked to see where this comes. The NPC increase is going to be cool. The random events that we occur to
you can rob trains. You can brush your horse.
I'm robbing every train I see. And I'm going to brush that horse and make sure he's looking pristine, all right?
There's also a cinematic camera mode.
Oh, I can get a good angle at those testicles, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, there you go. Brush those testicles. I thought I was gonna make you spit your beer on that one.
Hey,
so
you think that's the first time I heard about brushing testicles, bro? Come on.
I guess not. You're not phased. So this beautiful, beautiful game will be coming out in the end of this month on October 26th. It's my sister's birthday. Maybe I'll get that for myself for my sister's birthday.
Okay.
And it'll be out for the Xbox One and PS4, but big caveat here. Red Dead Online will not be available until November, and even then it'll still be a beta. And
Dude.
This is something we saw happen with Grand Theft Auto 5. At least they're warning us.
At least they're warning us. We both bought the original GTA on Xbox 360. Not the original OG, but you know GTA 5. The original before it got platformed to the new consoles. We didn't even know that online wasn't included. We were both loading up finally after the download. We're like, bro, how do you get online? How do you get online? How do you get online? And then you looked it up. I remember the exact moment. You looked it up and you're like, dude, there's no fucking online right now. Yep. And it blew my mind, man. So I'm glad we can at least give a warning. Guys, you're not going to be playing with your friends right now.
No, but that gives you some time to dive into the story, see how much of that you can get under your belt.
Yeah, true. Get a good take on the game controls and all the physics of those horse testicles.
It'll be fun. I can't wait. We have less than a month now.
I'm stoked. I'm pretty stoked, man. Now, going with this month, what are the quests that we have to complete this month?
Well, this time around, it's to play 3 games for 30 minutes apiece, and it's not just any games. It's 3 games that I believe are given out under the Game Pass. I think they're really trying to push people towards it.
Yeah.
The games are Trove, Livelock, and Crossout. Now, I might be wrong. These might be one of those pay-to-play kind of games. I played Livelock for a little bit. I didn't really enjoy it. I'm not sure about Crossout, and Trove looks like a weird version of Minecraft where you're like battling people.
Like Minecraft Deathmatch?
Yeah, something like that. It's I haven't looked into it too much myself, but those you're supposed to play Trove, Livelock, and Crossout for 30 minutes each, and that gets you, I guess, an entry into the mystery prize, which is all they're saying about it this month around.
Huh. Okay.
It's complete to win the mystery prizes.
Yeah. Well, hey, man, the Game Pass is worth it.
I think they're phoning the game quests a little bit. That whoever's in that department, I think, has been on vacation for quite a while.
Man. Well, now moving along the games with gold. The first game we're going to talk about called Overcooked. And now you've been playing the shit out of this, man. It scares me. You've been playing this quite a bit.
It's fun, man. You control 2 little chefs on different kitchen levels, and you have to fulfill the orders by making like little hamburgers or burritos or fried fish with some like French fries and shit.
Okay,
it's fun.
Man, it reminds me of
it's stressful. My heart gets going because you're on a clock, you know.
It just reminds me of one of those old school, like I told you this before, but a PS1 game like Parappa the Rapper. There was a chef game just like it. It reminds me of my like nostalgia of the first consoles. Like I don't know why. It's weird.
It's definitely cartoony looking, like in the way that it is designed, but it's a fun game and it's definitely challenging. And I've been enjoying it. I got all but 2 of the achievements on it already.
Oh damn!
So one of the achievements is beat the game. The other one is 3-star all of the levels, and I'm like close for both of them. Okay. But I'm that close. I don't want to delete the game either, you know.
Yeah, it's not that big either. I think it's less than a gig. You know, if you're hard on the hard drive space, this isn't going to take up that much. So that's a nice thing about it. Yeah. Along with the next one too. Our next game, Stuntman Ignition. It's a 360 port over. It's only 6 gigs, man. That's a nice thing, and it's a lot of fun.
Stuntman games were always fun. Anytime you can like jump a car over shit.
Oh, dude, explosions. Any of that,
and even
man.
as a 360 game, I feel like it kind of holds up.
Yeah, dude, it definitely holds up. The graphics are not horrible like some of those 360 games get, and the controls don't even feel that rusty. You know, they're not that like rough at all.
And some extra achievements there for you. Another one that they're giving away is called Victor Vran.
Okay.
And this looks like a Van Helsing sort of game. You're Victor, and you hunt demons. And you have to liberate the cursed city of Zagravaria.
Okay.
It's
Totally
definitely
not
like
made
a Van Helsing ripoff.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, and fucking, if you're achievement hunter, grab it up.
Yeah, and it's an Xbox One game, so it can't be that bad. You know, it's not like a 360 port over that we've never heard of.
Yeah. Man,
The final one that they're giving away is a game series that I love, Hitman, and this is Hitman Blood Money. It's a 360 port over, and the Hitman games are just always fun. I like the challenges of them, the different ways to get in and like get out and not get noticed. I like this. I'm always about stealth games. They're always a lot of fun.
Yeah, you've always been into the Hitman series, I've got to say. Even since like first knowing you, I feel like you've been playing Hitman since like PS2, right? PS1?
Yeah. For a while, since it was like people with square heads.
Yeah, dude, oh my god. Those will haunt you in your dreams.
Right. So those are the 4 games that will be given away for all of October. We have Overcooked from the 1st to the 31st for the whole month. Stuntman Ignition from the 1st to the 15th. Victor Vran from October 16th to November 19th. And Hitman Blood Money from October 16th to October 31st.
Awesome. Yeah, get them while you can.
And now, before we get into our movie suggestions, here's something from the Podworm Spacecast.
The Podworm Spacecast is a podcast hosted by 7 lifelong friends who inject comedy directly into your ear canals every Tuesday. You may think 7 hosts is too many for a podcast, but you may also think $5 is too cheap for a quality voiceover such as this. Yet here we are. Enjoy a clip from the critically acclaimed Podworm Spacecast.
And I looked up how do you fix squeaky shoes, and they said you gotta get some baking soda and you put it in the shoe, and it absorbs like the moisture or whatever, and it fixes the shoe.
Boom.
I went to the store across the street. I went to the bathroom
during lunch.
The bathroom in the store across the street.
This is emergency. This cannot wait till tomorrow.
You
did this at work.
I told you I couldn't get off my desk. I'm so embarrassed.
So Andrew walked across the street. It was more like. He was in a hurry. And then he had to wait for the light.
You can find the Podworm Spacecast wherever you get your podcasts. And as always, keep squirming.
You get more out of life when you go out to a movie.
And we are back. It is time to talk about some movies we've been watching lately, man. We're in the binge-worthy era. Everybody's binging. I like it. You know, there's just too much content out there. We got to catch up on it somehow. This guy's doing a jig over here if you're watching the live stream. I don't know. What is it? What is that?
You know why? You know why I'm dancing?
Why?
I'm delirious.
Oh my god. Real smooth, man. Real smooth. Moving into the movie that I'm talking about, it happens to be called, guess what? Delirium. Now, this movie is available on Netflix. I love it, man. I love it. And it's not just because it stars Eric Foreman. That's right. I'm talking that 70s show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. So yeah, I saw Eric Foreman on the cover of it. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to watch this movie. Foreman might have it now. I don't know. You know what?
Coming back from his Venom role?
Foreman's got it, baby. He completely redeemed himself from the Venom role. No, he didn't redeem himself from that. Nothing will redeem that. But it's a pretty good movie, I've got to say. I wasn't expecting much. I wasn't going into this expecting, this is going to be a fucking entertaining ordeal. I was like, I might turn this off after 20 minutes. Sure enough, I was attached to it, man. It was an interesting story. It's a thriller / horror, and it all starts with a gentleman who gets released from a mental institute, Topher Grace, aka Eric Foreman, and literally that week his dad had committed suicide, and he inherits the estate that his dad happened to commit suicide in. Cue haunted mansion / what the fuck is going on situation. And
psychological horror.
Yeah, man. It just takes you on this journey of trying to figure out, is like this, supernatural? Is it real? What's going on here? I don't want to reveal too much, but it's a story of you're just constantly trying to figure out what the fuck is really going on here. You can't tell if it's real or fake or, you know, like, what's going on. And
I like that kind of horror movie for sure.
Yeah, dude, that's something I appreciate. You know, I want you to keep me guessing. Like, it's just, how else do you keep the entertainment, you know, or the attention even, you know, in today's time?
Right.
It's hard to keep attention in an hour and a half. And, you know, the story, it continues to output, and the end is really, really good, which, you know, I always enjoy a good payoff from a movie. Yep. So, you know, I was very happy. I was very pleased with the ending, and I can't recommend it enough, man. It's a sleeper on Netflix. It came out this year, 2018, and it stars Topher Grace, Patricia Clarkson, and Genesis Rodriguez. Fucking amazing. Man, the ending, I don't know how to talk about it without trying to...
You seem like you're mind fucked by it.
Yeah, like, I don't know, maybe I was naive. Looking back at it, like, that's part of why I'm getting hung up. I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you know, I'm waiting for somebody to watch it and be like, oh, dude, I saw this coming. Hold on, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay, well, like, you know what? I'll check it out since it's on Netflix.
Yeah, get back to me, because, I want to know your opinion on it. You know, again...
And we always like to post the trailer up on Facebook, so I hope that, you know, some of our listeners also chime in and tell us what they think if they check it out.
Yeah, and you know, with the movie, I feel like a movie can be all about the right place, the right time. You know, if you watch it in the right state of mind, then, you know, it might alter how you view it, too. So, you know, maybe I was in a perfect mind. I want to hear feedback from other people, what they thought about Delirium. I enjoyed it. And I want to hear if I'm full of shit. Like, if maybe, you know, my opinion, maybe I was a little, you know, I smoked a little too much of the devil's lettuce that morning. I don't know. I liked it a lot, and yeah, I'll probably end up rewatching it just to make sure I wasn't, you know, just
it was like average on the IMDb score.
That's the thing, man. Yeah, the IMDb score is making me regret talking about it right now. We got a 50% on the Rotten Tomatoes meter, which, you know, it's pretty typical. Those guys are haters. We all know this. Right. We've talked about this. But IMDb, they hit it with a 5.6, which, you know, it's not the best.
Yeah.
You know, I enjoyed it. Shit, check it out. See what you got. It's not a crazy long movie. It's an hour and a half, so it's not gonna take up your whole fucking day.
Nice.
You know, but it's on Netflix. That makes it nice and easy. Everybody has Netflix, so check it out. Delirium.
All right. Well, we're sticking with the horror theme, and I'm doing actually a remake. This is the 2016 remake of Cabin Fever. Cabin Fever. Justin Bieber.
Beaver Fever? Wait, Beaver? What?
Beaver Fever. No, it's the 2016 remake of Cabin Fever. And I think this is like a controversial pick. I feel like some people aren't going to like it. I'm not saying I like this better than the original. Large, old font print right across the front of this movie suggestion. It's a cool update to it. Eli Roth was involved in the making of it. He's the original, you know, maker and director of the first Cabin Fever, starring Ryder Strong. No Ryder Strong in the 2016 one. That's something I would have put back in, but I don't know how they would have worked that out. So, it's, if anyone hasn't seen Cabin Fever, it's about a group of friends that go to a cabin on a getaway weekend, and they end up succumbing to a flesh-eating disease that is taking over a lot of the animals in the area. So yeah, gross body horror.
Now pause.
Of blood.
Dude, that storyline might not sound even entertaining to people that aren't into like horror and all that, but dude, that's a fucking great movie. Like, I was one of those people that avoided it, and then I finally watched it. I was like, dude, this is fucking good.
It's got some really like stunning scenes that just kind of stick with you, and a lot of the ones that were in the beginning, or the first version, were also done an homage to in this 2016 one. Like, if people have seen it, the shaving of the legs scene in the bathtub, or the fingering scene, if anyone knows what I'm talking about. And they're just like really iconic scenes from the first one that I think they did a good job showing them in this new one. And I have to say, when I first started watching the movie, I wasn't sure what to think, because it gave me a real like romantic teen, like Twilight kind of feel or something.
Like
so
a
at first I was like,
type deal like going on.
Well, like, just it seemed too soft, and then it just like it was a ramped up crescendo of blood and gore, and just by the end, it's like, oh my god, just people begging to be like killed. They're like, kill me, like that kind of shit, and like just blood everywhere. And, like,
So was it generally following the same storyline as the original, or was it like it touched on the homages and then like kind of kept its own unique story blend to it?
It had no, it was pretty on par. It wasn't like shot for shot like Funny Games or anything, but it had like different actors. There was still like the creepy kid that like bites the one guy in the beginning.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So it followed a lot of the same plot lines, but not a shot for shot remake for sure.
Okay.
I really enjoyed it. And now let's get to the ratings to where I feel very ashamed. Cabin Fever in 2016 was given 3.7 out of 10 stars on IMDb. Ooh, and here's for the second of the 1-2 punch. Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 0% on the tomato meter and an audience score of 12%.
Jesus Christ, dude. 0%. Rotten Tomatoes. Who's the haters in the house? Why?
Am I the only one who likes seeing someone's head get split with a shovel? Is that what it is? Am I that weird, Matt?
You're not alone, brother. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah, so I had a great time with Cabin Fever. I was watching it alone at night, and like some of the scenes, I just like sat there with my mouth open, going, "No, God, no!" Like, why? So, which makes me enjoy a film. That's like what I want to.
Hell yeah! And this is available on Netflix too right now, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh man, so easy.
Highly suggest watch.
Awesome. And yeah, again, that was Delirium from 2018 and Cabin Fever, the remake from 2016, and fuck IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes, all of their meters, because we both enjoyed these films. So you should check them out and see if you enjoy them too.
Hope they do.
Oh man, hell yeah. Now it's about that time where we bring this all to a closure. It's at that part of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood where we start to put on our shoes and jacket and we sing to you, alright? But I'm not going to sing. I'm just going to tell you, hey, check out the Facebook page, American Slacker Podcast. You can find us there. You can find the live show there. The beautiful edited live show that you can call into now. There's no reason. Call us. Hey, baby, call me. Come on. Also, check out the American Slackers group where you can chime in with all the other Slackers. American Slacker Podcasts. Oh, American Slackers. Sorry. And check out the Instagram where you can find the art for each and every show. American Slacker Podcast on Instagram. And our website, AmericanSlackerPodcast.com.
You can also find us on Twitter and Reddit at AMERSLKR Podcast. All of our stuff also goes up on YouTube if you want to view it there. And please, won't you be our neighbor and rate and review the show on iTunes? 5 stars or nothing. That's what a friend would do, right? So be our friend and also tell a friend about the show. Also, thank you to anyone watching the live. Just want to put that out there.
Hell yeah, thank you guys. And hey, send us an email if we did not come up to par on what you expected. AmericanSlackerPodcast@gmail.com. Also, hey, check out this show if you want to listen to it twice. Spotify, that's the place. Check out American Slacker Podcast, you'll find our show there, but more importantly, you'll find a playlist with all of the most extreme jams you could ever imagine to hit your ear. We have all the artists that we featured on the show and some that have even been on the show. American Slacker Podcast, you'll find all that goodies right there.
You can also visit our shop at americanslackerpodcast.bigcartel.com. And we want to give a big shout out to all of our Patreon sponsors. You can become a Patreon Slacker who supports the show by going to patreon.com/AmericanSlackerPodcast. And you also, if you give us some support, get your name on the little ticker at the bottom of the screen, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Some of the people you may have seen scrolling on by there are Dave Gunn, Seth Anders, Kyle Nolan Bradford, from the Crime Roulette podcast, and Aaron W. from the Yes and I Am podcast.
That's one move for a person, people.
Thank you for the support, and thank you, Matt, for the woos.
You're welcome anytime. That's what I'm here for. I think you got to tell them about that shop, too. I mean, we have an awesome shop.
I hit them with that at the beginning.
You see how observant I am. You clearly catch it on the live stream, whereas we edit it out on the like finally edited audio. You know, like that's the thing about this.
I threw a curveball at it.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, I'm just gonna say thank you everybody that's tuning in, whether it's on the beautiful live that you can catch on Facebook and get the pre-hint about on Thursday or Friday, or you downloaded the episode through any podcast provider. We thank you so much for joining us on this journey. It's been a lot of fun so far, and we can't wait to see where it goes. And until next time, that's it.
There you go.